What's going on, everybody? My name's Bobby. Welcome back to No AC. I'm actually hanging out up at the Kansas City Auto Museum, and they have a bit of everything up here. If it's old Broncos, one of the last model year Packards ever made, maybe a 2020 Ford GT dressed in Golf livery is more your speed. They have a lot of stuff up here that's awesome, but today we're going to be taking a look at kind of an exhibit changeover, because although there's a lot of cool stuff here, the coolest room to me in this auto museum is the one that rotates exhibits every month. Now, February 2025 was the Lowrider exhibit. It was put on by some leadership within the Olathe School District, and they actually were able to allow the kids to make these Lowrider bicycles. And then you have actually a 2011 police cruiser over here that they worked with the local police department to turn into a custom Lowrider. This thing has won all sorts of awards. Now, these cars are going to be leaving on Saturday. Hopefully we'll get to see some of it in this video. And then what we're going to be moving on to on Sunday is Hudson month of March 2025. Okay, so real quick before we jump into the Hudson exhibit changeover, the Kansas City Auto Museum has a big announcement. They're going to be on the move eventually. They're looking to relocate to downtown Kansas City, Missouri, right behind the World War I Memorial. Now, right now, they have the underground down there. It's a storage facility underground for classic cars, but they are looking to build the auto museum on top of that. But they need our help, the people of the community. So I'll post a link to their website down in the description. You know, I appreciate any help you can provide, even if it's just getting a membership to the museum. Start coming up here, checking out all the classic cars and the monthly exhibits. Okay, so all the Lowriders are out now. The bicycles were already gone by the time I got here. There's actually only one Lowrider left, but I want to show y'all a much closer look at this thing. It's a 48 Style Master, and I could not think of a better name. This thing is just oozing style. It's been LS swapped, and it is just stunning. Let me know what y'all think of this car down in the comments. Really? Okay, so this is a 254 cubic inch flathead straight eight, kind of a standard 8-cylinder Hudson engine for these years. And this is a 1938 Deluxe 8 4-door sedan. Now, if you go back and look at the numbers, in 1938, World War II was breaking out, and so there were far less of these made in that year. If you go back, like I said, look at the numbers, 1937, and 1939 produced far more cars. So in 1938, you ended up in a scenario where a lot of auto manufacturers had money, but they didn't have any cars to sell. Okay, so I'm going to come around to the other side so y'all can see this better, but this car has what is called an electric hand. Now, it's a 3-speed manual, however, it has an automatic clutch if you want it to, and this, the purpose of it is so that you can shift electronically, essentially, without having to use the clutch. So if back in the day your grandma was taking the car, she didn't have to actually operate the clutch. You just let off the gas, it'll engage the clutch automatically. And when you move this electric hand, it actually moves the gear shift as it's shifting where it needs to go. Very, very cool technology for 1938. We have a 1948 Commodore 8. Now, if you look at cars made during the war years of World War II, it was really only a handful of years prior from 1948 that some auto manufacturers had shut down the plants. They weren't really building cars, they were putting their efforts towards the war. So, like I said, only a couple years prior to 1948, some of these companies were just firing back up old machines. And that's why this car does look pretty similar to the Deluxe 8 we took a look at that was made in 1938. Now, this does not have the side steps, so that's kind of a difference. It does have the same 254 cubic inch flathead straight 8. You can see the front styling on the grille is a little different. How the hood opens is a little different. You still have the 4-door with the 2 suicide doors in the back. Still a great looking car, but very similar technology to some of its predecessors. Moving on, next we have a Hudson Super 6. Now, there were actually 4 generations of the Hudson Super 6. It started all the way back in 1916. The one we're taking a look at today is part of the 4th generation. It was produced in 1950. Instead of the flathead straight 8, this is actually powered by the little brother to the Hudson 8, which is a 212 cubic inch 6-cylinder version. So this wraps up what we were able to accomplish on day 1. You're going to love what day 2 brought, but real quick, hit the like button for me if you haven't yet. So moving on, but sticking with 4 doors, I saved the best for last. This is the most recognizable car on the list, and you probably recognize this car as Doc Hudson from the Cars franchise. However, before the Cars franchise, this car was brought to fame by a gentleman named Herb Thomas in the very early days of NASCAR. This is a car the kids absolutely get excited to see, so it'll be great to have this as part of the Hudson exhibit. It is a 1951 Hudson Hornet. Like I said, it is a 4-door version, as you can see. Let me know your thoughts on it down in the comments. Okay, so all the cars are in place. The last one, unfortunately, was unable to make it. It actually broke down on the way. It was in 1929. Sometimes that's what happens when you're driving a car from 1929. Stuff happens. They're working on getting it fixed. I'll post an update on the channel once it does. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please click the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. I would like to remind you it's the same cost as a free beer. And I will see you all on the next one. No AC, baby.